is just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdates 210806.1. Director Orkita is already on his way home, with a lot of swag, and plans to conduct research that would trigger Peter. Maybe I should livestream it. That would bring in extra money. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with something that I can't confirm as being American, but I'm going to play this clip anyway. Because it's been a while, and honestly, you deserve it. You can all thank MC for this, who I would link down below as a pinned comment for their YouTube channel, but I couldn't find it, so instead I'm going to link his Twitter. It's mostly political commentary. If you're not interested in political Twitter, so cancer, don't follow. If you are, go follow. So what has MC sent me? He sent me a retweet from Carol Roth, who, tweeted out, somebody woke up and chose violence, ... The image is of a burger with Lucky Charms. Now, I have issues with this. I have many issues with this. It's the argument of always bigger is better. 2 patties at most. Any more, you may as well use a knife and fork. And those Lucky Charms have no place on a burger. They do in a bowl with milk. Or if you're watching a movie just straight out of the box like the proper uncultured swine that you are. This is pure and utter blasphemy. And we on this channel will not tolerate it. Headphone warning for anyone that didn't know that was coming. So to our second subject, we go to Lunar Archivist. Archivist? You know what? I don't care about the last part. Luna! Hi Luna, hope you're well. A Groucho Marxist. Nice. Luna has very kindly pointed out a little bit of hypocrisy from another YouTube channel, a dead one, but one nonetheless. One that was growing in popularity, air quotes around that last word, if you want, because they were more notorious than they were popular. It was when it came to public speaking engagements that they had a leg to stand on in the popularity sphere. I'm of course talking about feminist frequency. Now, one of the main arguments they made was unrealistic body expectation. So depictions in cartoons don't quite match up to that of the real person, which is somewhat ironic because every single member of the FemFreak team has a cartoon version of themselves that looks nothing like the real thing. The only one that comes close to resembling their respective cartoon avatar is Anita, because she's a cyborg. When it comes to Mariko and the other two, no. And we on this channel like to hold everyone to the same standards they themselves claim to abide. I recommend making changes to your avatars. Might I recommend getting some of that toxic sludge you can get in a tin and just throwing it at the computer screen? That should resolve the problem entirely. Next, we're going to go to somebody who is weaponizing their mental health to make claims about something else. Now, there might be some validity to their claims, but because they've tweeted it out, there is no version of this tweet where they can look good. So I'll read the tweet from Emily. Due to my autism and OCD, I do actually feel uncomfortable around black people. I have always felt extremely sad, uncomfortable, anxious, and sometimes I feel really scared of the fact that some of them are kind of creepy and the men are really, really scary. Reply underneath. I hope other autistic people will understand this. If you are black, please leave my page. I support BLM, but am very scared of them. I don't think your autism or your OCD have any part to do with this unless you're looking at somebody who's black and thinking, I can scrub that off, you know. I'm a clean freak. I can fix that. Which is the wrong mentality to have. Come on. And your autism? This isn't autism, nor is this OCD. This is a different kind of ism. Starts with race. Have you got it yet, kids? While we're in the ballpark of dumb people saying stupid things or inappropriate things towards other people, Joe Truss, I'm designing a professional development series for an elementary school in San Francisco. pulling out the big guns for this one. Going to be a great year. Hashtag dismantle WSC. Now underneath is an image of books. My first thought was, go figure, this is San Francisco, where you apparently think children are adults and capable of understanding any of that literature, except for the one that says, for kids. The others are hardly appropriate for an elementary school where you're suddenly going to teach kids about how they're different while simultaneously trying to convince them they all need to respect each other and be the same. Squad goals, people. Treat children different at a young age. It will totally lead to equality. Anyone who didn't get that as sarcasm is a moron. So next, I want to welcome back a man, I think, to this channel. A bearded, four-eyed, bald bloke. The cuck. The glorious cuck we've covered before. We've covered this man quite extensively. He defended his girlfriend doing other men while he sleeps on the sofa. This time he has a solution for those who are not vaxxed.
It may seem very controversial to some people, but the reality is that we now need forced vaccinations on the unvaccinated population. If not now, at some point over the next year, we are going to have to use force to vaccinate those who would otherwise delay and make impossible the herd immunity that we so desperately need. Now, how we go about forcing these people to become vaccinated or to volunteer or to be physically held down and vaccinated, I don't know. But what I do know is we will probably need the police and the army and the community to come together and to knock on some doors and say, look guys, time's up and it's time to have your jab. It's not going to be pretty, but I do think it's the moral thing to do.
Now, I played the video in half, because on the other side was a gentleman with a Superman-styled t-shirt without an S, it was more of a snake shape in it, reloading guns. I can't show that, but that's what was happening. I will link the tweet down below. The TikTok in question comes from Uncle Sam's Nation. By all means, go check it out if you want to. I can't play the full thing. Now, I don't agree with anything the cuck said when it comes to forcing others to have something placed upon them or into their body they do not want. Social consequence for not wanting something is a very dangerous area to tread. To our penultimate subject, we go to Ethan Klein, another cuck of H3H3 Productions and of that rather dodgy, trashy podcast. He's gotten trash over the years, hasn't he? You can be on Twitter or you can be happy. You can't be both. Ah, I see you're a Sith then. Dealing in absolutes. There are many areas of Twitter that have become, over the last 5 to 7 years, quite toxic, yes. But there are plenty of areas of Twitter that even I frequent, where none of this happens. It really doesn't. And I can myself say, I am both happy and be on Twitter. Why? Because I don't take anything said by others that seriously on Twitter, which is why I do this video series, poking fun at stupid remarks said by stupid people, like yourself, Ethan Klein. To our last tweet, we go to something I initially tweeted out, which is actually me organising my stuff from the loft that I've moved into my log cabin, just so I could then organise it. It's starting to take shape, I will reduce it down. Underneath though, someone sent me something. An archived tweet, a deleted tweet, from Francis Townsend, who is an executive for World of Warcraft's Blizzard Activision. What she tweeted out was an article from The Atlantic, The New Moral Code for America's Elite, The Problem with Whistleblowing, which is for a number of reasons quite amusing considering the whistleblowing going on and the accusations and the consequences being levied at Activision Blizzard for rather toxic behaviour in the workplace, to then tweet out about the problem with whistleblowing, as if the bigger picture should suddenly be ignored in favour of, yeah, but business, yo. My favourite meme so far was a meme of EA taking a trophy off their shelf and giving it to Blizzard. The trophy said on it, shittiest game company. It takes some spectacular effort to outdo EA, and Ubisoft are not far behind them. Their customer service is equally shite, on par with these two morons. And to have an executive complain about whistleblowing rather than talk about the issue itself is a damning statement for how out of touch the executives are with the rest of the company. Now, as we're done, I'd like to know what you think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. I shall tonight, no political recap stream, be streaming on Twitch some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yes, an Ubisoft game, I know, I'm an idiot. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend. Thank you all very much for listening.